You are looking at Kathy Smith, the creator of aerobic exercise. She's a longtime fitness expert and nearly 60 years old. She is, quite frankly, ageless, and she says you can be too. Want to find out how? Then stick with us for this edition of It's Your Call. It doesn't matter how old you are, we all want to look younger and thinner and be healthy. Today we have some very specific ways that you can be ageless from a woman who is in fact ageless herself. Kathy Smith, she's a 30-year veteran of the fitness industry and she's put out countless exercise videos, including her most recent DVD. It's called Ageless with Kathy Smith, Staying Strong. She's going to be joining us in just a few moments. First, though, let me say hello to everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lynn Doyle, and as part of Comcast and NBC Universal's Healthy Week, we're delighted to be part of an initiative to help you become healthier. And what better way to do that than to give you access to a woman who has committed her entire life to doing just that. Kathy Smith made her entree into the fitness industry more than 40 years ago, and she's taught millions of people how to exercise correctly. She created what's now known as aerobic exercise, and as I said, she sold over 16 million videos. Most recently, though, she's become the spokesperson for the International Council on Active Aging, and I am delighted to welcome her to It's Your Call. Kathy, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lynn. What a great introduction. I love that.
Thank you, and I'm so thrilled to be talking to you because I personally have been into fitness from the time that I was a young woman, and as I've aged, I've tried to stay with it, and you've always been such a great role model for women, and now here you are looking at your 60th birthday and still as strong as ever.
I thought you weren't supposed to bring that age up. No, no. Actually, I'm actually proud of it. You know, when I started with this whole aerobic craze, I was actually in my late 20s, and at that point, we were doing high-impact aerobics. And then, you know, I had my babies, and I started doing pregnancy videos. After that, it was trying to get the tummy and everything back in shape. I actually did a menopause video about 10 years ago. So this is just the natural transition to the type of things that I'm into, and all my friends are. And it seems like everybody around me is into, which is how do you age gracefully?
Absolutely, and of course with the baby boomers now, you know, looking at the second half of their lives, we are not at all content with getting fat or being inactive. In fact, we want to do the same things that we did when we were 20, but of course, as you know, it's not as easy to do it when you get a little bit older.
No, it's not as easy to do it, but at the same time, there's a lot of fun things you can do, and it's more important than ever. And that's the key, to just remember, it's more important as you get older than it was when you were younger, and you can start at any age. So you don't have to, it doesn't matter if you have not been exercising, you can start at any age to really turn back the clock.
Now tell me why you say it's more important as you get older to exercise, because most people find that they have the energy for it when they're younger, but when they're a little bit older, they're like, oh, you know what, it's just not a priority to me, or I don't have time, or I can't start back because I'm out of shape. So why is it so important that we exercise even as we age?
Name any body part, and exercise will make it, will improve that area of your body, whether it's internal or external. So you think about it, and after the age of 30, we start to lose muscle mass. With that loss, our metabolism slows down. What happens after that is you put on weight, and what happens after that is that you start to get back pain, knee pains, aches and pains throughout your whole body. Every single study that's coming out says if you want to prevent back pain, if you want to have more energy, if you want to keep your smarts, if you want to, you know, keep just your mental alertness, if you want to keep your functionality, and that's the key that we talk about. I want to show you even one thing here, a very simple exercise that I teach people, and it's a very functional exercise, which just is, you need to sit up and stand up and sit down throughout the day, whether it's in a chair, in a car, and what happens is if you don't do exercise, you start to get weakened quadricep muscles. So a simple exercise, can we do it? Can I show you something right now?
Sure.
Okay, so a really simple exercise that I love people do is when you sit back, and actually you can do it with your dress on, as long as you keep your legs together. So just
do my best.
I just want you, and at home they can be doing this also. If you extend one leg out, you lift up on your kneecaps. So most women talk about, and people talk about, how their knees start to get saggy. To protect the knee and also to make sure that you have strong quadriceps, a simple move is just lift that leg and lower. And lift the leg, and after you do about 10 of those, you grab onto the leg and now just extend and bend. And if you don't have that flexibility to keep it that high, you keep it down here. But that simple little motion there strengthens the top of the leg. Now, eventually you can add some ankle weights to that and do it with ankle weights, or move to the next step, which maybe I'll show you in a minute, which is a little seated squat that really keeps your rear end, your legs and everything just in tip-top shape, but also the word is functional. You want to be able to climb the stairs, to run with your grandkids, to go down those ski slopes if you want to get on the golf course. You want to stay functional.
You know, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I think that's a really important message. It's not just looking good. Obviously, we all want to look as good as we can at any age, but to be able to
and you
function.
Look great, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But you really want to be able to function. You want to be able to do those things that you just mentioned and have a quality of life. And if exercise contributes to that, then that should be the motivation, not so much that you might see a dress size change or your pants or waist might, you know, get smaller. But if you're able to really enjoy your life, that to me would be the biggest motivator.
Well, that's what it's all about, Lynn. I mean, really, 20s, 30s, 40s, we still want to, 50s, 60s, we still want to look good, but it's about feeling good. People come up to me and they say, Kathy, you know, I sort of know I can't quite look the way you do. It's genetics and things like that, but I want to feel the way you. I want that energy. I want that vitality that you have, and that's exercise. And they also, you know, they've probably gone to the doctor. Maybe the doctor said your blood pressure, your cholesterol, perhaps your lung capacity, your breathing, every single organ in your body is affected by exercise. So it's just one of those things, it's a non-negotiable when you're, it really is. I mean, I tell people you do not get up in the morning and think about brushing your teeth. So you should, I mean, you don't get up and say, should I brush my teeth? Should I brush my teeth? You go and do it. Exercise after the age of 50 has to become the same thing, non-negotiable.
All right, well, I'd like to start it even before that. So no matter what age you are, if you are watching this show, we want you to get motivated and to exercise so that not only are you healthy, but that you can enjoy your life as to its fullest extent. Now, of course, as always, we want to know what you think. So I'm asking you what you think the biggest exercise challenge for you is, and do you think that you need help getting motivated? If so, what would help you? What is it that would get you up every morning and say, hey, I'm going to exercise today? And if you've already been exercising, what's worked best for you over the years? If you have questions or comments for Kathy, she's here and she is more than willing to answer them for you. You can email me directly at lynn@lynndoyle.net. And as always, you can find us on Facebook. We will be tweeting about this on Twitter, and then this video will be on YouTube as well. So you used the word before, well, you mentioned menopause, which is a whole other subject.
We won't go there.
Muscle mass, you talked about that. That metabolism, that's the M word, that's a dirty word in my household. What do we do to kickstart that metabolism and get it to function to its highest functioning level? Because the metabolism, when it slows down, just seems like it's a killer.
I know. Two things, two big keys. One, strength training. So here, you need a set of dumbbells, a couple sets of dumbbells in your house, because all you need to do is put on a little muscle mass. Okay. And you can do things like bicep curls. You can do, and while you're sitting there, you can do this.
Hey, might as well get a workout in.
Simple bicep curls, and that's what we talk about on the DVD, but simple bicep curls, things like tricep extensions. You can do so you're working the back of the arm and the front of the arm. And this is the one where, you keep doing it that way, but I'm going to turn this direction and show you.
This right here.
So here, this simple exercise, extend, bend, is working the back of the arm, which every single woman talks about, you know, needing help with.
Absolutely.
And so when you put on muscle mass, what happens is that muscle burns more calories, and it allows you to also do your